of her career out for both herself and her wrestling fans who have yet to witness these best years of Summer Rae's career. She really needed to break away from Fandango, and I'm happy it's finally coming into fruition because now we're going to really see what Summer Rae is capable of. She doesn't need to be the valet of anyone. She doesn't need to have somebody to represent as a manager. What she needs to do is start wrestling more now for the Divas division. Even if she wrestles on editions of Superstars and Main Event, at least she'll get in-ring time, and more in-ring time than what she's getting on Raw and SmackDown. It was in the final few weeks of their relationship with Summer Rae and Fandango that Summer Rae actually started wrestling in a feud with Emma, another promising NXT diva who you can expect big things from in the next couple of months. But the thing is, Summer Rae needed to be wrestling sooner than what she was, and if she would have been wrestling sooner than what she started wrestling, I think that Summer Rae would be getting more positive reviews than what she's getting right now. But her popularity continues to rise, and that is a good thing for Summer Rae because you can expect big things from Summer Rae in the next 4 to 5 months, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if Summer Rae isn't Divas champion. I mean, nobody ever thought that Kelly would be Divas champion. Nobody ever thought Candice Michelle would be WWE Divas champion. The same thing was thought about Melina, and they went on to become some of the greatest Divas champions of all time. So I think it can kind of fit Summer Rae somewhere within that same category, someone who nobody is giving the benefit of the doubt. Her popularity is gradually rising, and she's going to get to a peak in her popularity where WWE are going to say, okay, we've spent enough time building and hyping you up. Now we're going to give you an opportunity to be Divas champion and see what you really can do. And now is that time. We really need to see what Summer Rae can do because I think she is full of potential. She is the definition of spectacular. If there was one word to describe Summer Rae, with everything she's done with Fandango, everything she's previously done on NXT, everything she's doing for the upcoming WWE Film Studios release, The Marine 4 and Total Divas Season 2 with the new episodes every Sunday on the all-new E-Spring lineup. With everything that Summer Rae is doing, she is really the definition of spectacular, not just when it comes to the Divas division, but when it comes to the entire WWE. She's one of the most unpredictable divas like AJ was when she was the champion, and I think that the best years of her career are yet to be witnessed by both herself and her wrestling fans. I have always been a Summer Rae fan. That is one thing that I will never deny on this radio show. There was just something about Summer Rae that really jumped out at me. Her catchphrases, her ring attire, her in-ring ability, everything about her really jumped out at me and captivated me as a radio host and columnist, and that's why I've archived many videos here on YouTube, with one of my more recent ones being the breakup of Fandango and Summer Rae. I actually even featured it on our Facebook page because I believe that Summer Rae had a very promising future in WWE, and I still stand at that statement that I originally made about Summer Rae, where you can expect big things from her and how she's really going to be the breakout star of the pairing of Fandango and Summer Rae. Now, Fandango has a lot of in-ring ability, and he's definitely a candidate to be a future WWE champion, but he's not being promoted as much as what Summer Rae is being promoted now, and nobody out there is going to deny that or disagree with me. I mean, Summer Rae has really been put over the top, and you may be saying to yourself it's because looks have sold in years prior to this in WWE. We saw it with Stacy Keibler, we saw it with Tori Wilson. Yes, we may have saw it with Stacy Keibler and Tori Wilson, but the thing is, they evolved into incredible wrestlers. And Stacy Keibler, the unfortunate thing about Stacy Keibler was she was really popular, and she started evolving into an incredible wrestler, getting her training tips from Fit Finlay too late in her career, and then sooner than later she left the WWE because of the success she had on Dancing with the Stars. And it's just a shame we never saw Stacy Keibler be the WWE Women's Champion at the time, at least once, because she was really coming into her own element. We saw it with Tori Wilson, and we saw it with a lot of divas, even Maria in the past. We have seen so many divas evolve into incredible wrestlers, and that's what we're going to see with Summer Rae. It may take her a little bit longer because she doesn't seem like she has the look of a wrestler, but when it comes to a diva that has the total package, you really have to go ahead and give Summer Rae the benefit of the doubt. She's a great promo cutter. Her catchphrases, her ring attire, her in-ring ability is great. It's always changing up, kind of like how we saw Kelly's in-ring ability always evolve and always change, and eventually landing her the award of the Most Improved Diva of 2007-2008. She'll probably be the Most Improved Diva of 2015-2016 when they hand out the yearly awards, when Summer Rae gets enough in-ring experience under her belt. NXT is certainly proving benefits for her. She is definitely improving her in-ring skills every week, and soon enough Summer Rae is going to get a push in the Divas division where she's going to start winning matches. Now, she's already started winning matches against divas like Natalya, who is just kind of there now to put over divas Divas of Tomorrow, and I'm really happy that Summer Rae is actually picking up a scattered victory now, as opposed to losing every match, which is how she originally started out her in-ring career after evolving from a ring announcer into a WWE on-screen performer, and that's great that Summer Rae is starting to win matches. And one thing to take into consideration here is she's not winning matches on Superstars or Main Event. She's winning matches on Monday Night Raw, picking up her first few victories. So that indicates to me that she's going to have a probable future in the WWE. Where I see Summer Rae 4 or 5 months from now, yes, I see her in a position to be WWE Divas Champion. It's just going to take time because WWE, as I said here earlier, are trying to build up enough confidence for Summer Rae to be Divas Champion. And I have enough confidence in Summer Rae now, but I'm not on WWE Creative. If it were up to me, Summer Rae would be challenging for the Divas Championship. She would have been challenging for the Divas Championship based off the success she had on NXT as a ring announcer, now more so than what she's doing now. But it's not up to me, and it goes back to how I've said here earlier that WWE need to have the confidence in Summer Rae, enough confidence to do something with her character, and there are endless possibilities with a character like Summer Rae, and that's what I've said in my written column in this corner with Jonathan Clarke. That's what I've referenced for Cheap Shots with Jonathan Clarke on our Google video blog, which has thousands of page views and hundreds of headlines from professional wrestling and entertainment. That's one thing that I've said in previous video blogs here on our YouTube channel, is that Summer Rae, I have a lot of confidence in her, and I know that she is capable of unimaginable things in professional wrestling, and I just wish other fans, radio hosts and columnists even more so especially, believe the same thing. But here's the thing. Summer Rae is never going to be given the benefit of the doubt as a reality star. Summer Rae needs to prove herself more in the ring. She proved it at WrestleMania 30. She got in the ring with 13 other divas, and she proved herself worthy of being a future number one contender for the championship. She may not have come out of WrestleMania 30 as the champion, but she had several opportunities presented to herself to win the match with one fall, one decision, and win the championship for the first time in her career. WrestleMania 30, there was never a better time presented to Summer Rae to be pushed as Divas Champion, and it's beyond me why WWE never went ahead with giving her the championship. Maybe it's because they had far more skilled wrestlers in that 14 Diva Invitational like Natalya to give a chance to be champion for, given the fact that AJ had held it just under 300 days, the longest reigning Divas Champion in history, beating the record of the previous longest reigning Divas Champion, Maurice, of just 216 days. AJ had it something like 40 plus more days than what Maurice did, and that was an impressive accomplishment. And it's going to take time before WWE start marketing a diva just as impressive as what they marketed AJ as the Divas Champion, giving her the title last year on June 16th, Father's Day, and letting her hold it up until about April 7th of 2014. So that was an incredible reign for AJ, and that demonstrated a lot of confidence. Now, if only they can give that same amount of confidence to Summer Rae. That will give Summer Rae a reign as Divas Champion that will be meaningful. And here's another thing. They need to give Summer Rae and more divas meaningful reigns as Divas Champion. We don't need to see so much fluctuation of the Divas Championship, because the Divas Championship in the past 4 years has built up an incredible history for itself, and there have been so many amazing Divas Champions, from Melina to Michelle McCool. They have all had an equal opportunity to be champion, and they've all been very impressive champions and deserving champions at that. They've really worked to earn the reputations they've garnered for themselves and left behind in professional wrestling. The only misfortune about the Divas division and the championship is some of the greatest Divas champions of all time are no longer under contract with the WWE, like Melina and Maurice, who were two of the best talents they had in the division, and there was no chance that we will ever see them back in the WWE. And I think that's where WWE's Divas division is really lacking. They are having a hard time creating stars of tomorrow, and if it wasn't as hard for them to create stars of tomorrow, then people like Summer Rae would be getting opportunities to be Divas champions more than once in their career. Even if we just see it once for Summer Rae, I think it will give her a great future in something even outside of professional wrestling. If she doesn't stay with professional wrestling for, let's say, 7 or 8 years, it will give her a future with something outside of professional wrestling, because she'll be able to look back at her career accomplishments and say, hey, at least once in my career I was Divas Champion. And there are a lot of divas who have been given that distinction. To me, the Divas Championship is the most fluctuated championship in the WWE, and we really don't need to see that. What we need to see is one consistent champion, and we need to see more than 3 or 4 challengers. And that's the issue that I had with AJ's reign as Divas Champion. She was champion for far too long, and she had the same 3 or 4 challenges. Between the Bella Twins to Natalya, there was never anybody different that AJ had to face. It was in probably the last 1 or 2 months of her reign as Divas Champion. She took on all the Divas in gauntlet matches. She took on new challenges like Paige. And I really want to get that AJ Paige match in there, a pure wrestling match, a pure rematch for the Divas Championship. And I hope that when AJ returns at WWE, provided that she hasn't quit the WWE permanently and gone back to independent wrestling, I really want to get that AJ Paige match in there, a pure wrestling match that goes at least 15 minutes, because you can go 15 minutes with AJ and Paige. They are great technical wrestlers, and they are two of the best you have in the industry right now. My only regard for that, my disregard for AJ's reign as Divas Champion, is the fact we didn't see more challenges in the way of Paige and more NXT Divas stepping up to the plate to challenge AJ for that championship. And that's what we're going to need to see with Paige as champion. We're going to have to see new challengers who have never been given opportunities at that championship before, and Summer Rae has to be one of the novelty challengers that Paige will have during her reign, no matter how long it lasts, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months as Divas Champion. No matter how long it lasts, we need new challenges presented for Paige as Divas Champion, because if we go back to the Bella Twins, the Funkadactyls, and Divas who have had endless opportunities at the championship, the door of opportunity is unfortunately going to be slammed shut in the WWE, and nobody is going to want to see that, because we saw it with AJ's reign as champion that lasted 296 days, and that will be an unfortunate circumstance. But if we see matches like Paige versus Tamina, Paige versus Summer Rae, Paige versus Naomi, then a feeling of novelty will be presented in the WWE Divas division, and that is